How to choose coffee for healthy benefits. Since coffee can start going stale as soon as it is ground, grind new beans every time you want to make coffee. Use filtered water to brew your coffee. More than half of the chemicals found in tap water are unregulated, and some experts believe the standards are too lenient for those that are. Filtering your water can remove potentially harmful chemicals like nitrates, arsenic, and lead. Use filtered water to brew a healthier cup of joe. Ask for your water utility company's annual water quality report. This will tell you about potentially harmful substances in your local water, and can guide your filter purchasing process. Pick a filter that removes problematic chemicals in your water and is NSF International certified. Drink your coffee black. Black coffee has the lowest calories per serving. Adding creamer, sugar, and syrups increases caloric content of your coffee, increasing risk of type 2 diabetes and other chronic diseases. If you can stomach it, opt for black coffee. Use non-fat milk. If you can't get used to black coffee, go for a dash of non-fat milk instead of whole milk and creamers. Whole milk and creamers are high in fat, and those calories can add up over time. Low-fat soy, almond, or rice milk are good substitutes for non-fat cow's milk, although they may not mix as well with the coffee itself. Skip the sugar. Sugar-sweetened beverages have been associated with significant health consequences, including increased risk of cardiovascular disease and obesity. 15. Black, sugar-free coffee is best, but if you need your coffee sweetened, you should use small amounts of sugar, honey, or artificial sweetener. A teaspoon of sugar is only 40 calories. If you have an otherwise healthy diet, drinking sugar with your coffee shouldn't be a problem. Data suggests artificial sweeteners may have health consequences of their own. Inside of the coffee trade, the formal system of cupping, a procedural way to taste and evaluate coffees, leads a lot of us to develop a pretty baroque lexicon for describing a coffee's flavors. Sometimes these flavor descriptions are right on the mark. You really can taste the apricot in that cup. Other times the descriptions hint at a general constellation of flavor rather than a specific taste, general citric acidity, or might even be euphemisms for something unpleasant or disappointing, calling it fruity instead of fermented. All this talk of fruits, flowers, and nuts or cleanliness can seem a bit intimidating and often takes away from the real gestalt of the cup. The process of applying pretty prose to coffees is fun, but not always good for guiding you toward coffees you'll love or away from ones you'll dislike. So while there is much to learn about the complexity of coffee by digging into tasting notes, trusting in your tongue and worthy roasters ahead of your thesaurus is the best approach. Finding that perfect bean, sadly, it's close to impossible. Green coffee too has a shelf life, and good coffee roasters manage their green inventory based on the harvest cycles. Falling too deeply in love with a newly landed bean from Guatemala in April might lead to heartache come November. But exploring beans from roasters that share or cater to your emerging tastes can keep you very happy. Those practicing artful blending can provide you a relatively consistent flavor experience even as the components shift with the tilt of the earth. If you want to sweeten your coffee, it may be better to use a small amount of sugar or honey rather than an artificial sweetener. Detailed information on where the coffee came from. Look for the name of the region, co-op, or farm. The more information as to where a coffee originates, the greater chance you will be getting a higher quality, more uniform coffee rather than a blend of different coffees from the same general region. Roasted on-date coffee should generally be used within a month of the roast date, with the peak flavor hitting 7-10 days post-roast. Look for a plastic seal with a small hole in the center on the coffee bag. This is a one-way air valve that allows the CO2 emitted by the coffee to leave, but keeps out oxygen. Exposure to outside air speeds up the aging process. Lighter roast. While some people prefer the taste of a darker roast, lighter roasted coffees better represent the particular flavor profiles of the bean and its place of origin. The darker you roast the coffee, the more you taste the roast itself rather than the unique characteristics of each bean. Look for lighter roasts only when all other criteria are met. Sometimes roasters will use their roast style as their selling point while skimping on bean quality. Bonus information on the processing method used for the coffee, the date the coffee was harvested, what varietal of tree the bean comes from, elevation the coffee was grown at, and recommend.
If you liked the video, subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos. Check the description below and thank you so much for watching.